Hello everybody, welcome to Nana's Journey. I'm Deanna, and today we're going to do the Peace and Plenty blog for the Moonbeams charity quilt along by Fat Quarter Shop. We're going to make 4 of these blocks, and I've got these cut out. That's for the hourglass. These are for the borders. I'm trying out her Flying Geese foundation paper piecing. So there's the papers for that and the paper for it. And I'm also trying her triangles on a roll. And we need 16 half square triangles. So there's these 2 fabrics that are right sides together. And then these 8 squares will give us 16 half square triangles. So Fat Quarter Shop downloads the pattern for this quilt on their blog for free on the first Friday of every month. And my videos will also come out to match that on the first Friday of every month. I think hers is 9 p.m. Central Time. So I'm not sure about the time, but it's Friday morning, the first Friday. So if you want to make it, you can go to their blogs, and I will have a link in the description below, and you can join us. So let's get to the sewing machine. Okay, the first thing they want you to do is to take your 2-inch square and connect it to your 2 by 14-inch strip. This is 2 by 14, the other one is 2 by 12.5. So we'll just get these connected on one end. You want to make sure these are right sides together. This tone on tone is hard to see, so you need to double check. Okay, and then we press towards the blue. And the first thing we want to do is get a piece of cardstock. I've got a piece of template plastic, just something with a good edge so that you can fold this over and make creases. And just do that to all 4 corners. Okay, then we're going to get our piece of fabric, and we're going to put the wrong side of the fabric to the wrong side of the paper. And this goes this way. Secure it down. Alright, then you're going to take the number 2 and fold it over, and you're going to get your add a quarter ruler so that it adds the 1/2 inch. There's a lip on this that butts right up next to the fold, or you can just use a regular ruler and just add a 1/4 inch from the fold. And do that to both sides of number 2. I should have put in 2 pins. So that way it doesn't twist. Okay, now you're going to take your triangle, fabric triangle, And you're going to center that on the back. And since those are there, I can take these ones out. Now I'm going to sew on the line for each number 2, between 1 and 2. I'm going to start just past the dotted line and go to just past the dotted line. And I've got my stitch length at shortened to 2.0. Okay, we can take those out. And now we're going to press that open. Bring our tail back. Now we're going to repeat that again, only we need to separate these seams so that they can, oops, go back to that fold. We'll press that open and then we'll trim. Okay, we're going to trim on the solid lines. And then we should have our 2 flying geese. Okay, and then we should be able to remove the paper easily. That comes right out. And then we have our flying geese. Okay, that wasn't too hard. So, there we go. I'm going to do the rest offline. We need, I think, it was either 8 or 16. I can't remember. It's probably 16. So, I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, now that we have the flying geese done, we're going to use her triangles on a roll paper. I've got the 2 fabrics. And I just cut the length and width of the paper. And this is enough for 16 half squares. And you just sew on the dotted line in the direction of the arrows. Well, I guess you could go either direction, but you're going to sew on the dotted lines. And I still have my stitches smaller than I normally do. Okay, now we just need to trim. Okay, and again we will trim on the solid lines. Okay, that came off pretty easy. Then we would just press, trim off the dog ears, and voila, we have our 16 half square triangles. So let me get those taken care of and I will be right back. Okay, these are pressed, and to trim them, we're just going to put our 45-degree line on there. They do not come out exact, or at least mine didn't, but they are really close, and it leaves you just a little bit enough to trim so that you can kind of cut them to the perfect size, and that's what I like. I like being able to trim down my units. So that's not very much waste, and we have our 3.5-inch unit. So let me get the others trimmed and I'll be back. Okay, we've got our flying geese done. We've got our half square triangles done. And now we're going to work on quarter square triangles. And she has you cut 8 red and 8 blue 4.5-inch squares, and then cut it twice diagonally so that you have triangles, and then you put the triangles together. This is not my preferred method, but I cut out the dimensions for her pattern before I thought about it. So I'll just chain stitch a couple of these and show you how to make one. I'm going to put my stitch length back to the default of 2.5. Okay, that gives you 2 half square triangles, sort of. You're going to press towards the blue so that when you put these together, they will nest so that you can have a nice intersection there. Press that open and you have your quarter square triangle. So let me get these others done and then we will be back. Okay, I got the hourglass units trimmed and pressed, and you trim those at 3.5, the same way we did the half square triangles. And now that all our units are done, we can start putting the block together. So we're going to take these and put them like this. So the blue is facing the white, and this blue is in the upper left. Okay, so we've got 4 of those, and I'm going to press this way. Okay, we're going to take these 4 units and attach them to this so that these points here match, which means there's going to be a lot of fabric there. So we're going to want to pin the points . Okay, I'm going to press these open so that there's not so much fabric there. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've got these pressed open, and I looked at the pattern and it even says to press them open. So you just need to read. And I just put the middle in the tips of each of these. Hopefully they will get together, get the pin straight and not crooked. And then these will get pressed open also. So there's our unit. Okay, we've got these pressed open, and we are going to make it so that the reds are in the center. And we are going to put them together like that. We're going to press these open and then put them together. And this will also get pressed open. Okay, there's our block so far. Now we're going to take our two smaller strips and put one on each on opposite sides. And these get pressed towards the blue border. Okay. Now we're going to put on these strips. One square will go on one corner and one white square will go on the other. You can nest these seams so that they'll match real good. I think that that kind of curled, so I'm going to fix that corner. Okay, let me fix that corner and get it ironed, and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go, and that is what our finished block looks like. Now I just need to finish the other three, and I will have this month's blocks done. And this comes out on May 3rd, so I would like to wish my sister a happy birthday. I love you and miss you. Thank you for joining me on Nana's Journey, and I hope to see you next time.